Welcome to another video by Solicitors.com. My name is John Towell. I'm the Director of Legal at Just Law Solicitors. I'm an English lawyer. Fortunately, we have Anna and Ivan who are specialist immigration lawyers. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about Arraigo and the new changes that came into force on the 20th of May 2025. This video is important for people who are wanting to come to Spain, or perhaps they're in Spain, rightly or wrongly, they're illegal without their correct papers. So Arraigo, a new chapter for immigration in Spain. The big news that's changing lives across Spain is if you're living here without papers, waiting for your moment, or trying to help a loved one do the same. As of the 20th of May 2025, new immigration rules came into force across Spain, and this is the most significant reform that we've seen at Just Law Solicitors in years. So what's new? Well, firstly, Arraigo now requires just 2 years. So if you've forgotten to get a visa, or you've overstayed your non-visa time in Spain, say for example you're only allowed 90 days but you forgot to go home, or you forgot to apply for a visa, before you only needed to have 3 years to apply for Arraigo, but now it's down to 2 years. So that's a huge change for people here who were under the radar and now want to be above the radar. So there are 5 types of Arraigo. There's no one size fits all. And depending on your situation, there's different routes you can take to legalise your stay here in Spain. Now, the first is the Arraigo Social. That's for people who lived in Spain for 2 or more years who can prove social ties. So proof of integration, a local report, a job offer, 30 hours a week for more than a year, sufficient family or non-government organisation support, or a business plan for self-employed people. So for example, a person was here since March 2023, volunteers at, say, a food bank with a relative willing to sponsor them, they can apply now instead of waiting until 2026. So they only need 2 years instead of 3 years. So, okay, the second one is the Arraigo Laboral. Those who are here who've worked whilst undocumented. So any type of contract is now required, as long as the minimum wage is earned, or there's established an applicable collective bargaining agreement and it's accredited. It needs to have at least 90 days duration with contracts, and a minimum of 20 hours of work a week. Then thirdly, there's the Arraigo Formativo, Socio-Formativo, and this is a brand new option where you get legal status by committing to education or training. So you must live in Spain for 2 years. You must enroll in a vocation or professional course. It can be combined with part-time work, and it converts to a full-time permit once the training is done. So say, for example, you've been living here since 2023. You want to train in elderly care, and you can now do it by applying to a course, enroll on a certified course. The training may be face-to-face, but if it's part-time, at least 50% of the training must be face-to-face. So the fourth one is the Arraigo Familiar. This is for close relatives of Spanish or EU nationals, and it's more inclusive now. It includes parents of Spanish or EU children, adult children caring for elderly Spanish or EU parents, partners or spouses of Spanish nationals, relatives of people with disabilities, and there's a few more on the list. Most cases get a 5-year work permit straight away with full working rights. So, for example, if you're caring for your Spanish father or mother, then this category would include you. You have to note, and this is separate, that there is the way that you can get Spanish citizenship from a parent or grandparent who was Spanish. But this is due to end in October 2025. I'm recording this video in June 2025. So maybe there's a separate route that's open at the time of recording this video. Now, there's also number 5, the Arraigo por segunda oportunidad. That's the second chance. For people who've had legal status in the past, but have lost it in the past year. For example, you couldn't apply to renew your status because of a job loss or family breakdown. So you must have had a permit to work in the last 12 months. So say, for example, you lost your work permit last year, which 2024 is last year to 2025. You can now reapply without starting from scratch. So why do these reforms matter? Well, they make it easier to build a new life and to work here in Spain. Whether you're a student, a worker, a caregiver, or someone trying to start fresh, there's a pathway now. But remember, these rules are detailed and you have to get it right. That's why it's important to take legal advice from a Spanish lawyer, not a consultant or an expert advisor. Take advice from a Spanish lawyer, get their bar registration number, and make sure that they're registered and regulated and qualified here in Spain. And of course, at Just Law Solicitors, if you want to choose us, we have Anna and Ivan who work full-time on immigration matters. So there you go. So we've been here at justlawsolicitors.com since 1992. So what's that, 33 years? We understand the system. Everybody speaks English. We can have an appointment with you online, or in the case of immigration, it would be our Fuengirola office. Of course, separate to this video, if you're buying a property in Spain, we have specialist property lawyers, we have specialist tax lawyers, we have an accountant, and trial lawyers, family lawyers, labour lawyers, employment lawyers, all the things you need for your move to Spain. So if this interests you, get in touch with us, and we'd be most grateful if you would listen to the Move to Spain podcast. And if you wanted to join the Move to Spain Facebook group, we've got 264,000 members. It's growing every week. Well, it's been a long video, and thanks for watching.